Hello and welcome to the channel. I hope you're all well, enjoying your fishing. It's very, very warm here. We don't seem to have dropped below 32 during the day for weeks, which is about 90. And even at night, we're looking at 25 degrees. So very warm here on the coast, but even warmer inland, as you will have seen from my last fishing trip on the river. That last fishing trip was with high water and very high temperatures, and therefore the fish were going to be hiding for sure in deeper water and slightly faster runs. So I elected to fish Polish style upstream nymphing with a Bunny Strymph. Now the Bunny Strymph is a cousin to the bunny diver, which is a high volume, highly weighted streamer for very deep and high water. And it's also a cousin to the standard Strymph, which is a phrase I coined when I first tied the mini bugger, because it was able to be fished upstream as a nymph and downstream as a streamer. And you've seen me use that on many occasions. And in the vise, I have a size 12 nymph hook with a 3.8 silver bead, and I'm tying with 6/0 black thread. And this particular fly you saw catch fish in the last video, and it can be very, very successful under those circumstances. It's a very simple tying, and I'll just trim up the excess thread and wind down to the rear of the hook shank, like so. And I'm going to tie in a tail. So this is part of a zonker strip. It doesn't need to be a very big tail, so I'm just going to snip a piece off and we'll tie that in. Down to the rear of the shank. I'm just going to put one wrap underneath just to lift the tail and trim up the excess rabbit and loosely tie that down. It's going to be covered, so it's not a major deal. Right, now I'm going to trim this up just a little bit because it is only a nymph. And I'm going to tie in some flash. This is crystal hair from Lure Flash, and it is peacock. So I've got a piece here which I'm going to tie in. It's just a little bit of flash at the tail, to be fair. And the same on the other side. And trim that up to length. And tidy everything up. Back down to the rear. Now for the body, very simple. It's some black ice dubbing, UV ice dubbing. And it's very easy to dub. And of course it has the reflective qualities. Just tighten up as you go along. And I'm not going to go right up to the bead because of tying in the body material. I will tighten up the bead, like so. Now the body material is black zonker strip. This happens to be a hen zonker strip in black. And let's see, I've got a piece here somewhere. There we go. And I'm just going to tie this in at the head. Make sure it's tied down tightly. And you're probably only going to need just one wrap of this. Just pull back the fibers. And tie it off. Now it all looks a bit scary at the moment, I'm sure, but be patient. And trim up the zonka strip. Put all of these fibers back, and we're going to tidy up, tying down this bit of excess zonka here. And I'm going to put in just a little bit more UV at the front there as a collar, just to tidy up. Before I tie it off, I'm going to put a little bit of glue onto the thread. And tie off the fly. And trim up the tying thread. Right, now this does not need to be longer than the tail, so I'm going to brush it all back and trim it up to the tail length. There. And that is the fly finished. It's really as simple as that. Now, of course, when it's wet, it slims right down. It looks something like that in the water as it's going through. There will be movement, of course, especially if you are holding it back downstream at the end of the cast. There will be movement. And this is, of course, what the original Strymph looked like, which was the small black mini bugger. And I will put tyings for the mini bugger and the video about Polish style upstream fishing and the bunny diver in the description. So there you go, you've seen it catch fish, and it's a very simple tying, and I'm sure it will be successful for you. I hope you enjoyed the tying, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thanks for viewing. Bye.